Hello, thank you for joining me today for this presentation. In today's Cyber Operations and Risk Management briefing, my team and I will be presenting our research, evaluation of alternatives, and recommendations regarding maintenance requirements for some of the options presented in the software development matrix. The end goal of this deliverable is to identify alternatives for software that could satisfy the specifications, define the main features of the present software development lifecycle, ensure that stakeholders recognize the organization's requirements, and priorities for software assurance, and define any threats to the supply chain. To structure our presentation, we will start off with detailing what software assurance is and the main features of the software development lifecycle, often referred to as SDLC. Next, we will discuss the known threats to supply chain continuity and security vulnerabilities. Once this baseline of understanding is laid out, we will continue with software recommendations moving forward. So firstly, what is software assurance? Essentially, it is the level of confidence or certainty that software is free from vulnerabilities and is either intentionally designed this way, or during its development life cycle, additional security functionality is added. Software assurance's main priority is to ensure that products, processes, and procedures that are utilized to create and manage software comply with the standards and requirements specified to govern these products, processes, and procedures. Software assurance plays a significant role in all phases of the software development lifecycle, often referred to as SDLC. SDLC is a process used in software to design, develop, and test quality software, and prioritizes the production of deliverables that meets or exceeds the original expectations set. The phases of the SDLC are planning, defining, designing, building, testing, and deployment. Planning is the most important and fundamental stage and is where quality assurance requirements and identification of risks associated with the project occur. Defining is where documentation of the product requirements and approval occur. Design is where further preparation and foundational work begins. And then the building phase is where the actual development starts and the product is built. Testing activities usually happens as a subset of each stage, but the testing only phase is where product defects are reported, tracked, fixed, and retested. And lastly, the deployment phase is where the software is released formally into the appropriate market. The next aspect of this briefing to consider are the known threats to the supply chain. This is because the supply chain of applications is considered a significant cybersecurity concern. There are various parts in each piece of equipment acquired from different nations worldwide, and the risks to the corporation can be categorized into three main subsections: demand risk, supply risk, and environmental risks. Additionally, internal risks to the corporation relate both to how the organization addresses the external risks, but then its ability to plan and execute its own business in areas such as contingency planning, risk mitigation, controls, and processes. The current known security vulnerabilities that were detected during the FVEY Summit via Canada's network assessment included flaws that left the network vulnerable to the risk of becoming a victim of attacks such as man-in-the-middle attacks, distributed denial of service attacks or DDoS, ransomware, and eventually phishing emails or connections that operate outside of the possibility of user error. And so here are our software recommendations moving forward. We believe it would be in our best interest to utilize endpoint protection tools, as this security software has a much broader term that encompasses embedded defense solutions such as acquiring data on threats and access controls, avoiding intrusions, implementing firewalls, and the defense of endpoints. Again, thank you for your time today to listen to our presentation. I look forward to any questions. Thank you, Kaimi.